Hi folks, let's do a bit more on the Trotter van underside. Let's repair that wheel arch. Right, okay then, so we're going to start working on the underside now. I want to get it all cleaned up, so I'm going to put you on time lapse while I do the painting. I'm going to try and get the majority of it painted, then we're going to fix that wheel arch. So I'll see you in a minute. So that was the time lapse there of me painting most of this. I've not done it all yet. I had a few repairs to make, as you know. The main one being this arch here. Let me show you. So as you can see, it's opened up there, as you know. And what I'm going to try and do initially is I'm going to poke some resin in here and clamp it down. And when it's dried off, I'm going to go underneath it and I'm going to actually reinforce this with some more resin, some more fiberglass sheet as well, and build this area up. I'm also toying with the idea of running something down on the inside of the rim there, underneath there, just like a bead or something like that, and resin that in, because a lot of the weaknesses come in when, as I say, when we lifted it off, it was held on there, and it's just sort of, there's no strength in this edge sort of thing. So I was just going to run something along there and fiberglass it in, and that will give us a nice strong edge then. So there's no chance of it fracturing in the future, or less chance of it anyway. Right, well, as you can see now, I've given it one coat of battleship grey, so to speak. It's a light grey, and it's taken pretty well. I've still got more to do. I've started going around the insides there, as you know. I probably should have done the hardest bit first, but that's the way it goes sometimes. But this is actually given a really durable finish there, as you can see. And being a lighter colour, when the black chassis goes on underneath with all the new pieces and stuff like that, like at the back here, we've got a brand new fuel tank on, which is going on the back there. It's going to be painted as well. And everything should hopefully look really nice against the light contrast of underneath. So that's the reason why I've done it. And as you remember, these wheel arches was all flappy before. That's nice and strong now, so the strength is now back into this unit, as you remember, because this was very, very flexible before. So that's okay now. So all I'm going to do now is work on this bit there. Once that's actually repaired, I've then got to go down into the wheel arch area down there to make the strong bracket for the door hinge. So that's another thing I've got to do, but I'm virtually there now, and as you can see, so as I say, one more repair to do down in the bottom corner there, which I've just done. I've just re-fiberglassed that, and then I'll give it its final paint, and then hopefully that should be it. We should be able to turn it over. So once this is done, I'm going to build a little framework for us to be able to tip this up onto, and also going to put wheels on it so we can actually wheel it about in here. I'm going to be doing that in wood, and I'll probably do that in the next video. And I've also taken off now the door hinges which I struggled to do when it was the right way up. I've got them off now, so they can all be refurbished. They're very, very stiff. I'm going to try and put them in the sandblaster unit, and again, we'll probably be showing that sort of stuff in the next video anyway. So let's get some resin mixed up. Let's try and clamp this together and let's see how we go with this. So let's get on with this one. Right, okay, so what I decided to do here was literally leave the whole fiberglass in place and just pour some neat resin on and literally open the crack up, as you can see, and poke it all in, get it well in there and get it well soaked up. I wasn't too worried about cutting all this bit out like I was going to do. I thought I'd give this a go first of all, so that's what you see me doing here. And then I've just put some paper on top, just literally protect it basically so it didn't stick to the wood. The paper can sand down easy and I didn't want to leave that wood on there and make that get stuck, which could have happened. So it's just a little way of protecting the surface from sticking to the wood. So all I used here was literally just a couple of clamps, and the great thing about this joint was it was a clean lap joint and it basically clamped back together very, very well, and as long as I lined it up correctly and put enough tension on it in the right places, then that should have been a seamless joint. Right, hopefully that should do it. I'm going to let that set up now. Right, okay then, it's been about another hour to let the glue go off. I've actually gone over and give this a second coat. I wasn't quite happy with one coat. The second coat's covered really well. Let me just show you. The second coat just sort of brings it all to life, and it's really got a good depth now. So you can see I've still got bits to do, like down in there, for example. I was going to get them done today, but I just got carried away, and that was the way it works out. But I'm probably going to have to pull this out and come in from the bonnet area to do inside that. That's not a problem anyway. But the main shank of it now is all double coated now, and I'm really pleased with that. It's going to look really good when it's finished. This now has gone off this resin, so let's set the camera up and let's get rid of this and see how this is actually stuck. It's not going to be rock hard yet, because I'm not going to do anything with it yet, but I'm just going to see what it looks like. So let's get the camera set up. Right, okay then, let's remove these G clamps. As I say, I know the resin's gone off, but you never know until you pull it right out of the way exactly what's happened. So that one off of there like that. Get that one off of there. Now I've got wood stuck underneath as well, so I'm hoping, I did put paper underneath this. Oh, there we go. Get that bit of paper off there. I'm looking at the paper being stuck on there. I'm not too worried about that. That was the idea of putting it on there. But it feels pretty smooth. Just pull that bit of paper up underneath like that. And again, the bit of paper stuck on there. I will sand this down, as I say, but to be honest with you, it looks, or it feels pretty good. I'll tell you what, let's get a bit of 80 grit paper. Right, well I've obviously got some more sanding to do to that, but as you can see, that's really back to normal now. And what I'm going to do, just to double make sure that this doesn't go again, is to whack some fiberglass sheet now on the underside of that and put the resin on it, and that's going to really make that strong. But as you can see, that resin has really bonded that back together well, and that is basically repaired. That will smooth off and treat that well. That's just a bit of paper. I'm not worried about that at all. Right, okay then, there you go. That's how I've repaired that. I'm going to do that now, get that finished out of the way. You haven't really got to see that. I can't really do too much here now because I'm waiting for this all to dry. This takes about a few hours to dry off anyway, so I'm going to leave it as it is now, fix that, and I'll see you in the next video when we should be ready to turn this over, put it on the platform I'm going to make for it, and be able to wheel it about. So that's where we hope to be on the next video. So until then, bye for now.